G'day everyone, how you going? Today I'm going to try out something a little bit different, and it's going to be the virtual ride along effectively. I'm going to try and see how it looks when you're effectively sitting in the passenger seat and get to kind of see what you'd see if you were there instead of always seeing me speak to the camera. So put your seatbelt on and let's go fix a water point and see what else we've got kicking around the station. So we're coming up on the water point Cricket. So it's only about 12 k's from home, and yeah, it's pretty good water. It's very clean water, and yeah, it's not a bad spot. We've got the camera there and it covers the road as well, so you can see when someone's on their way home. Now, a little bit of an awkward one is like usually when I'm driving around, I'll throw music on and just have that going until really I find something interesting for you guys to see. In this part of the road we drive on quite a bit. It's one of the main strips through the station. As part of my slow rollout of like 20 kilometers a year was my goal to improve and sort out things like washouts, runoffs, and where there's a bit of erosion occurring. So this section was quite good, and the area that I developed was further up the station. And you'll see I've got the Garmin InReach up here, and that gives it just good enough signal to run with our messages and our tracking that we've got. We've also got the Starlink, but we found that running the individual tracker is quite handy. And I use that in the plane, and I'll send a message to Jasmine when I need to, and she can send me messages as well. Now I'm steadying up because just around the corner here, we've got like a gravel pit dam effectively, and that's got water in it still. It attracts a lot of animals, and it's one of the spots that I'm probably going to come and sort out a good number of kangaroos. Generally on my way home from this part, or the north part of the station, I'll pull up here and pop a roo or two for the dogs. Oh, big wedgie. Look at you go. Probably. Yep. The wedgie was having a good feed on the roos I popped last night. And I like to, I don't know, keep the wedgies happy. They're pretty cool creature. They don't mix well with drones or planes, but I prefer to drop a couple of roos for them than tempt them into eating anything else. First up, we're going up to this tower, which is Dora, because it's got two 12-volt batteries there running in parallel to give it 24 volts. Now, those are usually for our final site units, so I'm going to pull those out and put a 12-volt 100 amp hour battery in there with a step-up converter so that those batteries are liberated for setting up 2 more monitoring sites, or, well, putting one in at Packhorse because that battery is cactus, and while I'm out at this other water point, I'm going to put the solar panel and charger in. So then when I've got the Katherine repeater up, we already have that system half ready to go. I figured I might as well carry the gear out with me, and since I'm going to be pulled up, get to it. So this is our bit of a hill. Probably could have some runoff straight across it to make it so it's a little less prone to erosion. Let's give you the full experience of this one. Why are you not playing the game of... There we are. Now this track was not put in for the Wi-Fi network. We originally were looking at putting a UHF repeater up here. Because in the early days we had toyed with the idea of doing RFIP, so radio frequency internet, and we're going to just run data through a UHF channel. And we're going to set up little things like Raspberry Pis with a camera to send an image each, day or a couple of days. But that was well and truly out of my ability. So yeah, we carried on, and we came up with a different system that seems to work pretty well. As we're wandering along up here, I'm having a bit of a look around at some of our trees, and I find it amazing that we've got sandalwood growing up on this ridge line. I like sandalwood, it's cool. Alrighty, let's just go to 4 high, there's no need to be in low. Oh, I've got another step up. Oh well. So over there is where my last drone died. It's when I was inspecting this tower and went over and had a look at that little pyramid that's on the other hill over there. Right, we're here. Let's get this job done. So when we do this, we're going to be knocking a couple of cameras off the network, but we will survive because they'll come back on very, very shortly. Right, what do we got? So what we're going to want to do is we'll disconnect our solar first, and then we'll take our batteries out. We'll put the new battery in and then reprogram the charge controller to a 12 volt rather than 24 volt. Alright, solar. Hello. Solar's disconnected. The load is still connected, but we're going to unplug you and we'll grab our little box for everything. Right, big old battery. Leads, plugs, snippers, chippers. Now somewhere I threw my 1224 volt, probably in my lunch bag because that's a sensible place to put things like that. Rightio. So we are going to have to disconnect our battery. That's not a terribly difficult thing to do. Our load. Yeah, I'm just going to do a full rejig here. See what we got happening. You're out. Really, to undo that is quite easy. Now she's all disconnected. Something gives me the feeling that one of those tech screws is broken. Just a slight inkling. See how she's wobbling like that? It is not ideal. Too many ugga-duggers. Right, I'll fix that up. I'll get the drill, I'll pile it, and then we'll be not wobbling about the place. Fucking thing. Hey Jack, watch your head. There we go. Watch your head. It is very still and quite toasty. That's all rigged in there. We reprogrammed this to 12 volt. When you do that, when you're changing the voltage of one of these, you need to make sure that you put in the little pin code. It pops up with the code. So you don't have to remember it or anything. It's a pop-up and it tells you the code to confirm it. So we are now 12 volts here. 12 volts from the panel. It will stay very, very charged. In fact, I should probably switch that out to a larger controller. Into the relay, like we've done it just about everywhere else now, to our 24 volt step up, and then we're into our edge switch, which is powering everything, and we're good to go. Now, while you were in the little brass monkey, I only hit my head once. So, yeah, I'm getting better at that. That's why I wear a helmet. Yeah, let's roll down this hill and get out to the job for the day. I'm gonna be happy when I'm down the hill and can flick the aircon back on. What time is it? 11. I went for a fly this morning. That's another video, but that should be kind of coming out like one after the other, because I figured that one big video that's flying and this and all that, and considering that I had the battery go flat on me on the 360 cam, cutting it out, it was just a fly around and found out that one of the bores, the dipstick was down, the trough was 3/4, and that I was going to have to come for a drive. But yeah, there's reasonable amount of stuff that I film and then I don't get round to editing, and so once it's sort of beyond the time that I can really remember everything super crisp, it ends up being a lot harder to edit to maintain the story or the flow. Do I edit this? Do I film this? Sometimes I found now it adds I don't know, 15 minutes at a minimum to each job. I mean, yeah, to make sure that I am filming and getting the right information across. It can take more, especially if I start using the other cameras. And that's almost like an extra, yeah, it adds up very quickly. So when I'm getting more fatigued, if I'm getting a little bit frustrated, I just cut out the video and just sort of go do the job. And that's when you see those videos where I suddenly just give it like a little snap update, which is I'm finishing off the story, but the day is just drawn on. Things haven't gone well for me, and life happens, really. Right, well, that's it for the up and the down the hill. Let's scoot out and get to this bore. Hopefully no distractions. No distractions. So here are some of our moo cows out here. They're all looking pretty clean, really. Been playing the game for a couple of years now, where they've been able to sneak out onto that playpen. Going right out the back there. And just while we're here, I'll physically have a look at the tank. She's full. No one's chewed anything, or they almost did. Yep. All right. We're gonna fix this up. So right, I've grabbed some bits and pieces to fix this up, and we'll just shut it down so it can't possibly hurt itself. Give that a few seconds. I'll grab a bit of wire to lock that on there, and then we'll make the little fix over there. Right, now down here, looking at, that's the section they've managed to chew a little bit of. Tank height sensor, that's what you are. Alright, let's have a look at, see how bad it actually is. Alright, so what do we have? We have blue, black, and brown, red. We'll find out which one of these is important, or which two of those are important. Our brown, black, that are the important ones here. So blue isn't critical. Black is okay. And our brown is alright. not ideal, but she's still connected. All it is a little tank sensor. I'll do it just there. I don't know why it didn't go into the damn pipe to begin with. What's with this fancy little pop out the side trick? Doesn't make any sense. Makes it weaker. Let's get you to bloody poking the end like that, and that. And now we'll run a big bead around the outside. Roof and off. It'd be great to have a full cover. Get that. Yeah, I can do that. That'll give it a little bit more protection. I use this tape just to kind of get the idea, and then I'll grab a piece of wire. That'll be good. Right, flip the switch, and tap the tank. Yep, tank actually is full. Right, all I'm going to do is grab a piece of wire off the back of the ute, and I'll be good to go. The battery's going flat in this, so I'm just going to pull that, throw it in the fridge, and grab you when I'm at the next point. Right, well, that's that one. Yeah, I'm glad I touched that up, and it'll feel to a little bit of a higher level than it did before, which is always good. It is a bit sticky, a bit warm, a little bit of a build up. You can sort of see out there. Maybe a bit of rain, but it's not really going to be anything substantial. We're just coming up to the airstrip now. Well, we'll find out why their water isn't pumping. I got a mob over next to the yards, so it would appear that we're going to be doing this at the right time. That's where I put them. Right. Low power. I'm going to suggest we've got an impeller issue. Not a bloody impeller, rotor, stator, that sort of thing. Going to throw my phone into the little brass monkey there, because my phone was getting toasty. Yeah, so this has been chewed before, and I'd landed and fixed that up, so I'll be able to wrap something around that nicer. But this is showing up with low power. This controller is actually the second one that's been here, because one of them died. Someone asked us in a video recently what pumps they are that we use. These are called Two-Horse, TU horse, and they're actually the brand name Taifu, and you find those on like AliExpress or Alibaba, and you can import them yourself. Okay, well, I've got to pull this up, and I want to do that reasonably quickly, so I'm going to really just get to it. This one from memory is not very deep. This pump has never been pulled since we installed it. So we've replaced the controller, but we've never pulled this pump. This is the first time. So I don't even know how many years it's been down. It's done bloody well. How am I going to do you? I should have a piece of rubber on the back so I can actually do that up properly. All right, okay, this will be interesting. Might not have to cut it. I could probably swing it around and slide it off this big hook. Now, your camera, or you, have overheated there, so we might end up skipping a little bit of this. So much sweat. There we go. Right, I was just in the middle of saying it is extremely fresh water when the camera turned around and went, doo-doo, I'm too hot. So, traditional fashion, you went to the fridge. But I had entertainment here. We'll get down and have a look at this. So I ended up having to take it all the way apart. This one did have a grub screw in it. So that means it definitely was an original. So she's been down for a very, very long time. So it did well. It's 9 years. Yeah, close to 9 years for it. 8 or 9 years, something like that. And I had that much trouble getting this loose that I got the angle grinder and just ran it through very nice and gently. You can see that I didn't manage to damage that at all, and then I could bust it off. So there we are, happy days. And yeah, really we're just kind of up to whacking it back together, throwing it down the hole, remembering to measure it, and going over and swearing at myself because I had a 50-50 chance of getting the solar panel the wrong size for the solar frame for the comms. And well, I guess if I'm swearing at myself, I got the wrong size, didn't I? Right, so I'm going to just pop you back in the fridge while I finish this off, and then we'll go for a little drive. All right, bang on, pumping away, happy as. Type of bore we really should have a tap at because it is just incredible water. Right, I'm going to pop over to there and see what I can come up with, and then we'll be on our way out of here. Alright, so no, I didn't stuff up as badly as I thought I did. Yeah, it's the right size. We're all good, and we're in. We've got it plugged in. I'm not doing any of the leads or anything now. This is just it for now. It is very, very warm, or I'm very warm. Something that is definitely worth talking about when you're sort of operating in this environment and everything is heat stress. Now, just because I live out here and I do it all the time does not make me immune to heat stress. For me, how it generally presents itself is I'll start to get irritable. Of course, you're thirsty. You've got to make sure that you balance your electrolytes. You end up bored of water. It just doesn't do anything for you. So I make sure I put electrolytes in. But I do occasionally push myself and like that tunnel vision and just wanting to get it done, I'll sort of forego a little bit of that. So for me, my main symptoms are, you start to get a little bit of a chill down, like a weird, almost like an adrenaline push through the body. I get irritable. I sort of stop really caring about tidiness or like leaving a socket on the rattle gun. I just sort of go, nut, stuff it. I got to get out of here. Like, I just want to get the job done and finish it for today. And I can, if I push myself quite hard, I'll end up getting nauseous. So I've got to pull up a little bit right now and drop the temperature, take my electrolytes and chill for a moment before moving on. But I figure it's a good time now to try out that cooling vest. So I'm going to pop over to the tank and soak that and then give it a go and see what I reckon. So let's swing around there and break that thing out. Right, well, I'm going to be taking my shirt off, so I'm not going to have a microphone on me the whole time. We'll work this out. No, there is no OnlyFans channel. Let's get this half bloody well set up. Activate your product. Soaking in water for 10 minutes. Put the freezer. Put it in a freezer for 2 hours. I might just go for a swim. Who knows? Let's see what happens with this thing. Right, well, that's probably not going to be very fair on this vest because I've done nothing the way that you should with it. The thing that felt the best was getting some nice cool water on my face. So I'm going to down my electrolytes and chill for a moment. Rightio, feeling much better. I had a crack with that vest. It didn't really, if I followed the instructions, probably would do better. But what I've done is I've soaked it in water. It's in this little zip up bag and it's in the little fridge. So if I need to chill more, I can have a crack at that. Good to go. Let's roll on and finish this day off. Sweet. Alrighty, eBay, what do you got for us? Tank full on the digital gauge and on the camera. So let's have a little bit of a look around the yards here, see if we've had any activity from any other animals. All right, let's see what tracks we've got coming into the yards here. Not a lot of fresh stuff there. And those are equine. So we've got cheeky donkeys somewhere around here. Gonna move that camera closer. It's a little bit far, it won't get them all the time. pick and graze, reckon it's going to rain. Now this bore is quite deep, down to 77 metres, but I believe we've only got the pump down like 15 metres. Or 15 or 20. We haven't gone full 40. So someone asked, you know, with our Chadsworth one, why, if the water's only at 11 metres, do you have the pump 50 metres down? Gives you that head, that little bit of water over the top. So as you pump it, depending on your recharge level, you've got that reservoir in the column. This one is pressurized. It actually pushed the water up to the 7 metre mark when we drilled it. What I find really incredible out here is just the amount of grass that we got right now. Didn't hit my head, it just brushed the top of my hat. Like flowing grass in the breeze. Who would have thought that we'd have it like that? It's just in summer as well. It's incredible. It really is an amazing year. Or 24 was an amazing year for rainfall. Let's have a look at this. I should really get my plants and my grass book out so I can actually go through and ID them all properly. So with the camera being all the way over there, it's a little bit of a problem. The only way I can sort of fix that is if I make that taller, or I could do what we've done at Jump Up, which is have another unit over here, just doing a local mesh Wi-Fi over to that one, and then you can have the camera on the yards. And that would, give us all the detections. The other one is I've got the G4 Instant, you've also got the G5 Instant, and those are USB-C powered wireless cameras. So you can get the Wi-Fi signal here, just put a little solar panel that's got a USB-C out on it and a battery, and that'll work. I should investigate some of those power packs. Alright, rough enough's going to have to be good enough for now, because looking at the rain and the thunderstorm, it's unpredictable. They say that there's going to be nothing, but I'm hearing thunder, I'm seeing storm cells, cloud bursts. not ideal. Yeah, I'll have to come back with my big boy shovel and do these properly and bring the trough blocks out. But today is not about cleaning troughs, it's about getting those cameras operating longer and or up and fixing that bore. So they're the objectives. I've got to finish one and then I'm home. So let's go. So I was talking about wanting to beat the rain home. Everything in front of me has had rain on it in the last 10 minutes, and it was heavy enough that it is not leaving any dust as I go along. So yeah, that's the timing for you. But just going to keep my eyes out for anything that might be kicking about, but not really expecting to see anything. We've had nothing for the rest of the day, so yeah, we'll roll on. What do we have there? Why is it always that way? Why is it always that? As soon as I say, no, nothing to see. All right. It's not a now, but we'll just have a quick glance at this. All right. Yeah, bit of rain over there. It's nice. But here we go. This is what it was that got my attention. That is our equine. That's our donkey. So the donkeys are working their way in from the east. This is, yeah, I've seen them in at Wharton's before, but it's been quite a while. That was back in 2019, I think. Yeah. Oh, we know that they're moving between eBay and Packhorse. So definitely want to get that camera operating more hours of the day. So that, get rid of that cactus battery. Right, let's scoot. Well, this certainly is making it, yeah, more fun. No, it's pretty nice actually. All that grass and everything out there, everything getting that little bit of a freshen up. It is good. I mean, hell, what a good start to the year. A good sprinkle. Okay, it's going to be pretty quick here. This is just a battery swap. You can hear the thunder. Well, I've been seeing a bit of lightning around, which is pretty cool. Glad I'm not climbing anything today. Alright, cool. So I'm just going to knock up a quick relay system for this one and then we'll be on our way. Right, she's all rigged up with a cheeky little system and all plugged in. So what have we got as our battery settings? So we're just going to update our load control settings on this. Right, cool. Bluetooth is all done, she's updated and she is set to go. So are we. Yeah, Packhorse is one I'd need to come and do a full job on, doing its 48 volt and set it so it's got dual cameras and everything. But it kind of does end up being the Friday one because it just ends up being a bit of a pain. It's always on that list, it's like, oh yeah, no, I'll do you last, sort of thing. Pockets are clear, boxes are sealed. Right, time to roll home. 60 something Ks. Oh, let's do it. All right, we're not far up home. Out to my side, I've got a nice rainbow. Try and swing that for you. Got the full double rainbow happening there. Give us a quick second. Just sort this out. All right, let's get this dog meat. Yep, he's dead. Right. Oh, do I give him a tail this time? I'll do the tail, then I'll grab a leg or two. But this blade has been proving to be quite, you're dead. Stay dead. Literally no head. You're not there, but poke you through there. It'll be right. So, yeah, I've been using this little knife, the Scorpco pig sticker, and been liking it. It is pretty decent. It's nice and sharp. It's held its edge really well. A couple of times I've nicked a couple of bones or even clipped a stone, but the edge is seeming to be quite sturdy. And it came with a Kydex holster, which I prefer. But a couple of things on it, but I'd like it if it was about an inch shorter. Would be good, I reckon. The dogs have been eating like kings for the last couple of weeks. It's getting reasonably heavy. It's not heavy, but it's seemingly picking up a little bit. So this is going to wind back a couple of plans for tomorrow. Well, not really, because I can just be getting the stuff for the tower ready. I need to work out my anchor weights for the guy wires. So I'll probably be doing that. And yeah, work on 3 more roos. I've got to do a program on the roos. I definitely do. Just go through and yeah, reduce the numbers. Yeah, especially in a year like this where we've got a lot of feed, we definitely want to preserve as much as we can and just bring them back into check because they're breeding like rats. Yeah, just get geared up to go put out that tower, and even if it's still a bit damp, get ready to put the second tower out. Then that's those two done, and yeah, pretty good. Thanks for joining me on the ride along day. I hope that style has been, just a little bit of something different. Not that I'm doing too much different during the day. It's just, I'm trying different things. And yeah, thank you very much, everyone who is jumping on, putting comments, getting engaged with, the conversation. I'm trying to do these a little bit more so I can get more through, keep the conversation going. And thank you very, very much to everyone who has been chipping into the Drones for Dromedaries program or campaign. And it's not going to be just dromedaries. We're going to, depending on the capacity and capabilities, we're going to see if we can get some gauges on numbers of, say, the kangaroos, or see what sort of stuff we can look at with erosion management. But who knows? Technology is amazing, and we've just got to have the time really to get into it and just have a crack. And I'm kind of excited about the idea, the amount of people who have been reaching out with ideas and suggestions and advice. Really, it's great. And yeah, I'd identified that the capacity of a drone really puts it into the rather expensive area. And yeah, we'll go into that when we actually, maybe even tomorrow, I will get to finally recording the campaign and go through that with you. Because I don't know, I'm kind of excited, but it's one of those things that it's really difficult to get support for. But it's got exciting prospects. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today, and I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you're going to stick around for more as we explore, tackle jobs, find unique solutions to challenges, and implement some of the suggestions that viewers like you put forwards. Right, cheers, and I will see you tomorrow, or I'll see you yesterday or last week, because there is a stockpile of videos I still haven't finished editing. But time's time, and jobs are jobs. And we've got a station, a business, and I've got a family. So thank you, everyone, for all of your well wishes for Christmas and New Year's, and we're gonna keep rolling on.